Achi is from my name, one of my surnames. Someone told me about social media and the power of being global and like TV, radio, papers, like how someone can use your information against you in many ways you can never understand. So I've learned to keep personal information close by myself, like really, 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 really close, to an extent that I have 4 kids and no one knows about them. You understand? But I live with them every day. I see them every day. I saw them. That's how personal I am. Like close, confidential. Why? Because I fear character assassination. I fear those cyber bullies and people mishandling the information they know about you. They channel it and then they use it against you. Yeah, I have no problem with my names. I just prefer not to share them to someone who really doesn't need them. Because I don't use them on social media anyway. So even if I told them you have to now go to Gombolola to look for me, of which Gombola they have to go now on Facebook and Instagram, which of course now I become untraceable.
We are here at the Fashion Clinic, located on Annex SA building, right opposite YMCA in Wandegea. That's the home of the fashion shop. And as we go about the interview, you can see that it is a busy place. It's a busy day. It's a Saturday, and people are walking in. So, to borrow the words of Achi, it's a daily hustle. It's been many years since we last had a conversation, and the last time could have been you with a guitar, strumming away, and here we are in a fashion show. Introduce yourself to that stranger that doesn't know who you are.
I'm now known by the name Achi. Previously, I was known by J.K. Mulungi, a part of a singing duo, Undercover Brothers, and a band as well. I am a musician, I am a fashion stylist, I'm a businessman, I'm an actor, I'm a content creator. Apparently, it's something these days. So, yeah. So basically, I'm an all-rounder, and whatever pays, as long as it's within the laws, nothing criminal, yeah, I would do anyway. So anyone hiring, I'm always applying and ready.
Okay. And here we are seated at the Fashion Clinic.
Yes,
Tell us about this space and how it came about.
Well, Fashion Clinic was born out of frustration in the music. Music is very challenging. Most people don't have the idea of how artists live. Fame is cheap to get. I mean, people like Mr. Edgar can get you anywhere, but that's what they can do for you. So, but most people relate fame with well-being financially and all that. But it's really the brokenness that bites you when you're famous is different from the brokenness that will bite you when you're actually not known. You understand? When people see you in a taxi, they'll be like, even you, what are you doing here? And then you're like, you, what are you doing here? But, so the society, the community, when they see someone who has a little fame, they associate you with soft life. Yet the reality is many artists are struggling even to get food, even to pay rent. So Fashion Clinic was born from that place of like, okay, we are here, we are doing music, but we're not earning enough. So it was like a survival plan. And because I already had passion for fashion. My family is partly into fashion. They are in town. So I was like, no, this is something, and it was in line with the music, because as musicians, you have to look good. So I was like, no, this is something I can do. And Fashion Clinic was born just like that.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then what's the inspiration behind the name Fashion Clinic?
It's like, you know, especially men, because fashion clinic is majorly men. Men have serious fashion issues. First of all, they don't care, because why they don't care is because they have enough things to care about. So they find fashion as by the way. So you find a man that is in a good class, like they can afford nice things, but they look like they are, you know, they don't look like they are class or something like that.
Yes, you are talking about the struggles of the artists that you were, and you are mirroring for us what it means for you to have the fame and then probably the limelight and people's expectations of you, and how you make that, gel well with the realities.
I mean, that's where the biggest issue is having to balance people's expectations. They see how famous you are, so they expect you to live a certain kind of life, which at times you cannot afford, to be honest. Now, I remember one time we go to I mean, this is a fact. I mean, people do it. I wouldn't say this, but the reason why I want to be as honest as possible is to make the young artists coming up realize what they're getting into. You know, we had the fame, we had come from Tusker Project fame. We had the little fame, you know, people would recognize us. We had a song playing on radio. And but even eating, we used to eat like once a day, and it's a calculated meal, to a point that when we go for an event, there's a time we went for an event, okay, and then we found food there. Of course, you lower your expectations when you go for the event, but when you found nice food there, buffet, and then we had just eaten our posho and guinness, you know, to extent that you had to go to the toilet to remove the posho and get us like, you know what, I'm sorry, like that low, because you don't know when you're getting another meal again. That low, like, it's the reality. You get the point. Like, now I need to create space for some chicken. I've had enough Guinness, and you're not certain when the offer will come back. So that's how low artists go. And this is where I was like, you know what? No, I can do fashion. And yeah, as many ideas came by, forming a band, playing on events, that made it a bit less stressful. Yeah, and I would advise fellow artists, musicians, to venture into other things. Most especially if you've not, even if you're established, music is, today there's someone else, today you're hot, the other time you're so frozen. So, and there's nothing you can do about it. Your time is done. Yeah.
Where and how did you start?
Lucky for me, like I said, part of my family is into clothing already. So I used to, there's what they call kuyidiba. So I used to, and then I used social media a lot. So I post, I go to my brother's shops, I get shirts, I take pictures, I post. By then, actually, people selling online were really few. That's like 10 years ago. I literally feel like I made more money then than I make now, because now I put in a lot of energy, resources, money, and then it was purely organic. But then I used to like, if I compare the input and the results. So I use social media, and then I I take the shirt, they give it to me at maybe 40, I sell it at 50, I get that 10, they get a 20, get a 15, like that. So that's how I started. So, and most times when you're doing that Kuidiba, many customers, it's Africa, Uganda, people are not so comfortable with shopping online. They were 10 years ago, they were not really that comfortable. Even now, they still are hesitant, but you can imagine now how it was 10 years ago. So they were like, where's your location? So now they're pushing you to. So that's how I came up with like a small shop at LDC, and yeah, here I am today.
I hope that you're learning a thing or two from this video. Please like our page, subscribe, share with a friend, family member, your old boy, your old girl, and remember to leave us a comment. If there's someone you'd like us to celebrate through a story like this one, tell us in the comment section and we shall make the effort to go out, look for their story, and share it to the world. Thank you. Which would you point at as your turning point that now lifts you from the small car shop we talk about to now the established premises where we are?
There was one, because I've been here for like 5 years. So like 5 years ago, like after December is like the season for clothing and all that. So I had made some sales, and I badly wanted to have a car. Everyone wants a car. I don't know why you want it so much when you can't afford it, and when you can afford it, actually, it's like no. Am I gonna shower with it or what? Something like that. So I had collected some car money. So this money, and then I was like, you know what? I have this car money. I can at least now purchase a vehicle, even if it has 3 wheels. I will buy it. Ekyo nakyo kiveewo. Kakati, I have a friend of mine, a counsel, a lawyer. So I call him. He was a client, then turned friend. So I'm like, I want to buy a car. So it's like, okay, why do you want to buy a car? Yeah, I'm tired of the rain. But wait. So he was like, now how about, you see, you have a very small shop. How about you use this money to, instead of buying a car, you grow your car business. No, this is where it's very important to have the right people around you. Because honestly speaking, he changed my mind. Because my mind was totally somewhere else. So, and then that's how I started looking. I found this place. It was love at first sight. I saw it, I felt the butterflies. I don't think I would have felt those butterflies if I bought a car. Like, I was like, yeah, this is because this was like 4 times the size of where I was, but then 10 times more expensive. Because where I was renting was but this was 10. You know how you are. It can be like in the other interview you said the other place, and now this place, and now on the receipt you say this one. I know you're watching, so I'm skipping the figures. So, but this place was 10 times. Even an idiot would not skip. Like, why would you go from, let me say, a place that pays 100K to a place that pays 1 million? Like, the leap is too huge. What are you trying to do? You're jumping off a cliff. But that's me. If my brain tells me this is it, the butterflies are there, I'm going all in. So all the money that was supposed to get the kaka, I paid rent here. I remained with 0 shillings. So I go borrow some more money to do the furnishing and all that. And then the interior designer also vanishes with that money. So I go back to 0. Yeah, but regardless, those things, life happens, life happens. But for the better, you don't know what the better is because you don't know anyway. But if you have faith and you know that God is with you, okay. I mean, many things will stop scaring you at all. Be like, no, he knows what he's doing. You understand? Because at the end of the day, he's the giver. He gives and takes, and he has a better plan for us. So that's why faith is really very important as you go through life anyway. So it was a turning point. My friend really advised me to, instead of buying a car, get a better space. And I'm grateful.
You walk into this shop and it's not like any show. And I'm talking about the creativity. In any shop, I would find a shoe rack imported from China, but you choose to creatively put something together using sticks. In another shop, I would have another seat, not a cart. In another shop, I would have finely done hangers holding on to probably something refined, and then it is a tree that is refurnished, it is repurposed and varnished quite well, beautifully. I see the cow horns. I see an art piece behind here. There's a skull, there is bird, there is nature, there is different facets of creativity. Is this a space that speaks to you? What motivates you to go out of the ordinary to create a space that probably speaks to you or the ideas that you want to represent?
Yeah, I'm an artist, okay, and I think artistry is broad. Besides the music, then I have the fashion. So you see how the artistry is rhyming. When you look at this space, I love. You see, there are many stores in Kampala, in the world. But why should someone turn and look at Fashion Clinik? Is when people walk in here, they are going to see probably things they've never seen anywhere. And that's how you stand out in business. That's how you beat competition. Is like you're different. Because if you're like everyone else, then what's the purpose of someone leaving the other to come to your business? But that's just one. I love art. I just love art. I love nature. I love. But then another thing that beat my understanding is where I've traveled. I've been traveling for the past 10 years. I travel a lot. And the reason why I actually delayed this interview, I was supposed to pay for a ticket, and they close at a certain, they close at 1, so I had to go, like I had, and you miss it, then the ticket can maybe go like $300 more, and today is a weekend, and then it's a short trip. I'm supposed to travel on like maybe Monday night. You can see, so like I didn't have the time, so I travel a lot. But I was beaten by what I've seen out there. You walk into a shop in Asia, and it just blows your mind out. Like you just want to sit and be like, okay, what's going on here? You find banana trees plants, like the way they set the shops. They, you won't find anything modern. Like they use nature, and you're like, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. Shelves, you will never see shelves anyway. And I'm like, what? So partly it really reassured me of how beauty nature is, and seeing these very rich businesses going that route, like the concepts are really basic. You came here, Mr. Edgar, we had stones here, right? Yeah, so the stone people were like, okay, what's going on here? It's too much. And then I wanted sand, and then this is just the beginning of a place people will be like, okay, I just want to go to Fashion Clinik to just see the place. Because it's nature, it's really a therapy. I want people to walk into my space and be like, okay, yeah, this is something new, like it's refreshing. So yeah, I've seen people do it, and the way it made me feel is exactly how I see customers get happy and excited to see the things we have here, the wood, the nature, the green. It's really beautiful just to see people appreciate it. The head of the cow. Now you see, I've we sell leather products here. So, and then the batons, the horns. So this is more of a representative of our producers of the things we use here. So someone commented as like, hey, acho tunda na mayembe. Like, you know, those herbalists, maybe awongo, you know, that kind of thinking that, oh, msaja ina mayembe muduka and all that. But yeah, yeah, people will catch up. Mpola mpola.
And then talking about the visual beauty here, you've also, I don't know, intentionally and creatively put yourself out there. And you run a very active TikTok. I don't know about the other platforms where you showcase your products, but in a uniquely hilarious way. Where does that come from? Is it something intentional? Is it your style of marketing?
Basically, marketing. You see, I've been in this business for 10 years, but it has just become so harder for every year. The sales have been going down, okay? Partly, like at the beginning I said, I literally feel like I made more sales when I was starting than I do now. Because the effort I put in now is way too much than I used to put in then, and I used to get some decent money. Now, because there has been a shift worldwide. It's a global shift of marketing, business, and the world itself. How? The way marketing used to work, people used to sell, it's going, it's fading. You can call it the analog way. It's fading out. And you either have to jump into the new era or get out of the business. And this is how people are getting to see my face. First, Fashion Clinik was on its own. I was never there. It was working professionally, but this all me coming into the picture is because the business was struggling too much and it needed a lot of revamp and a lot of effort to get back on track. And as a business owner, you know it when it's getting bad. You know, you get late on rent. You know, you feel it. You get a lot of debts. We run business on loans. You know, you're falling back. So you have to do everything to get back, because no help is not coming. No one is going to. Hey. The day you realize that help is not going to come is the day you know your potential. Because now it pushed me. It pushed me to a corner of getting so creative, you know, learning, studying the market, understanding how people easily. Because now, when you market things directly, people are already going through a lot. They don't want your business. But if you wrap it into a comic way, funny way, don't push it on, just wrap it in a way they'll stay, okay? Because you have to hook them. Without that, now you have to pay. You pay Meta, you pay TikTok to hook people by force, by pushing your ads, which is very expensive, because I've done it, you know? You know what it means to spend $1,000 on marketing and still you don't make sales? So the reason why I'm going bare knuckle is I've seen already. I know what it is. I've, you know, I'm not waiting for any more bells. I'm here. This time you have to jump on the new one. So it's the transition, and I'm urging all small business owners out there. You either adopt or just get a CV and get a job, because you're gonna go out. I was in China, so I move around. The shops are closed all the time. The buildings are there, but they are closed. So I asked one of my suppliers, what is going on in China? The shops are closed. He's like, no, we no longer open shops. People buy online, so there's no need. Like the world has changed to that. Imagine walking into Mukwana Arcade and it is closed. Like you might even feel like what's going on here? Are we under lockdown? But it's happening in Asia. You understand? So people have gone digital, have gone online. They are moving. So you don't move, you're done. The lack of better words. You're done. Unless maybe you're selling food. Even if you're selling food, I don't know who's going to survive. Maybe the police. The police doesn't need online presence. For them, they always have clients. Yeah, but basically, that's what has pushed me, my face to be there is because business is really hard. As hard as I jokingly tell people it is, those that do the business, they know what I'm talking about. Those that have not, they sometimes they think it's a joke, but actually you really need to go really so hard to survive. You see all these customers because of the social media, purely social, organic media. But we used to pay a lot of money to Meta on ads. So you can see how the world has shifted into the new era, the social media era. So that's why I'm doing a lot of, and then the comic bit is to make it loose for customers, for people, because generally people are under stress. Okay, so when you comically wrap your things, you're getting a huge audience because yes, a huge audience is stressed. So that's how I tap into my customers by making them laugh, and in return they buy from me. I think it's a fair deal, though I still need a tip for the comedy bit of it. I'm not here. This is not a charity organization. I make you laugh. You have to pay me for the laughter because now the clothing is different. Yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking of doing stand up one time. I've had people pushing me there a lot. Maybe it's there. So who knows? At my age now, I'm an open book. I'm trying everything. Whatever fails, fails. But I want to not try. Yeah.
What do you know today that you wish you knew when you were starting business 10 years ago?
That's a hard one. The marketing. The marketing is everything for literally any business. That's why you see people like Coca-Cola, MTN. We already know them, but they still market like they just joined the market. And they spend a lot of money on it. It's not a by the way. These people already know that marketing is the backbone of the business. It doesn't matter if I have nice, beautiful T-shirts, blazers. If people don't know about them, they will not come to me. Omuto jamanyi enkuba gyetonya. Tegena kutonya jatamanyi agamba teriyo. So it's plain and simple as that. If I knew that actually social media and the new era is the new life, is the new world, I mean, I should be in a better place now. Because now I've seen a change in a short time. I've just been active for a year now, but the change I've seen, I didn't see in maybe 10 years. You know, so it's magnificent. Everyone should just go on social media, please, guys. Just do it. If you want your business, it's the fact. If I knew, because I'm late, that's why I have to post 5 times a day because I want to catch up. I'm so behind.
In one of your TikTok posts, you give very insightful and relevant nuggets for someone who is starting out in business. Can you please reshare those with us? What do I need when I'm establishing myself or just starting out in business?
Many people misunderstand the business ideology, everything about business. People think business is capital. Capital just comes in after you have a whole strategy, a whole business plan. like you said, capital is the last thing you should worry about as a business owner or a business owner to be. People do not understand how easy it is to lose 100 millions in a business. They have, they, like they feel like if I have the capital, I can kutomera in a business. I will manage any business. You will get a shock of your life. You will get to a place you might not even recover from because you'll be overwhelmed by how the magnitude of a loss in the shortest period of time. I've seen many people. They invest. There's a colleague of mine invested over 50 millions in a salon. Okay. So I asked this colleague, please, do you have any knowledge about saloon? He's like, no, I've seen saloons work. You can imagine every time people. So this is why, yeah. I was like, oh, I said this is Zang. In the Yagama said this is Zang. In 5 months, I was among the people aba inoko kusebi interview before me eduka ly'omusajja. Like imagine 6 months and 50 millions is gone. Is gone. Just like that. But why? Because people miss the most important steps to start a business. It's research. Please learn about it. And if you have passion about it, the better. Because regardless of what kind of business you're going to do, it's going to frustrate you. But the passion, the love you have for it will keep you there. Will get you through, especially those, the hardest points. You'll be like, no. So, me here, waliwo yangamba osobola size zo zokka wekidiba nga kyambala. Like because I use them. So you find a business that will not shock you. If I had 10 millions, I can spend 7 millions on research, and I would rather start with now the 3. Someone who starts with 3 millions with proper knowledge is far better off than someone who's starting with 20 millions with zero knowledge. So research is everything. Then understand the kind of products you want to venture into. Understand the marketing strategy. You understand the people you're going to sell your products to or the service. What are they? How will I reach them? Also, being able to be quality sensitive, because that's one way you're going to stand out. Like people get a service from you that is quality or a product, something like that. People think marketing is a waste of money. Go and ask MTN, go and ask Coca-Cola. I will not answer that. It's just common sense, please. Look at all the biggest brands and see how heavy they invest in marketing. Then you'll understand. Because they've done the research already. You don't need to go through the hassle. So basically, yeah, that research is number 1. Because with research now, you're getting all the knowledge you need about the business.
What is on your wish list?
Well, I want to really retire early. I want to retire early, maybe go in a farmhouse and maybe travel the world. I want to see the world. Yeah, I just want to get done with the hustle, maybe push Fashion Clinik Africa-wide minimum, globally, if God wishes. But I don't need to be here dancing for people. Either you're watching my dances for the last time. Enjoy them. Because once I make some money, I'm hiring dancers. Me, I'm not a dancer. I'm just cutting budgets. I don't have influencer. If you cannot afford an influencer, boom, you're going to influence for yourself. The things you cannot be able to hire people to do, you have to do them yourselves. That's why I'm doing the dancing, I'm doing the everything, because yes, it's a reality. And then another thing I would like to share to people watching, especially the young people, because I feel bad for them because most of them, they don't know what they are walking into. That's where I have the pain. They think it's a joke. They think life is just gonna be pizza and chocolate and what. First of all, okuswala, okay. Of course, tokola bintu byesittaza, okay. Kati nze omusajja nga nze okuzina amazina si kirungi. I don't feel proud. I don't enjoy it. That's the truth. But I have to pay the bills. Who's gonna pay them? I'm late on rent. My kids have to go to good schools. I need to look good. I need to have a life. The bills. So okuswala okuteeka wali ebbali n'okubira abantu amazina bagange baagala. The city, unlike many people, unfortunately, I don't like easy things. So I don't cheat. So if you're not someone who's gonna scam people, you're not gonna cheat people, please just get gloves off your hand and start working. Yeah, so and that's me. I want to work the right way to earn every shilling. Nga sirumiza muntu era ne bwaba customer nankubira esimu nangamba naguze esaati, I bought a shirt and it lost color. Mugambira okwata esaati eyo gikomyewo. Funye esaati endala. Because to me, I'm not a scammer, and the motto is a premium men clothing store. It's a classy place where people should trust. You understand? But another thing is I don't make these things myself. So I don't get to test every product. So when I get a feedback, I work on it. If an item has bad color or something like that, I talk to the suppliers. I immediately end purchasing those products, and then also complain to the supplier. Like I take immediate effects because I believe in being genuine. Because I'm not someone who's gonna hide. I don't have anywhere to hide. I'm a musician. When I'm going to be at Serena, everyone will know on January 15th. So how do you scam people when you? And I don't plan to. So basically, yeah, people should be real, and then obutaswala nnyo ogamba ne bananda babatya nga njira banakulaba batya nga bakanyugidde ebintu ebweru, ekyo kirowoozezaako. Banakulaba batya nga banaabo babagoba fees, ekyo kirowoozezaako. balandiroodi b'e Kampala obamanyi. Era nodi asobola okukusindikira message olubuto ne luva ne ludda amabega abaana boogera basanga ku veranda. But because I've been through it, so I know I have to work. The government, who? Is there a charity organization that helps people like me? I don't know. Because I'm like everyone. So who's going to help everyone? So yeah, the only way is to work. Bakuvuma ne bakuvuma, abakuvuma eva bo babeerayo. But ebigambo tebigula mata. At the end of the day, you know, I have food, they don't. So your opinion ceases to matter at that point. So being, fearing judgment, kati olaba Mr. Edgar. Abantu bagamba nnyo nti omuntu wagenda ku kyeyo akola sente nnyingi okusinga nga aliwo ne Uganda. Why? Patire, bwe batuuka ku kyeyo balekerawo okuswala. Abakadde babanaaza, toyi baziyonja, enguudo bazikola bye batasobola kukola wano. Like onfunye nti okuswala kuvaawo, olinayo kasasiro tomunyumiza. So but ate wano ng'obadde ogaba bananda babatya, oyo bananda babatya, how will they see me? Nze tankolere wange, nze namanya ennaku yange. I know my nnaku, I know my days. Okay, waliwo eyangambako, oh, you look too good to do those silly things. Then I ask this person, now I'm a man, where does looks help me? The looks have not literally helped me at any point in my life. So how do you tell me that a man should be like, oh, I'm too smart? Like, I don't know. Anyway, I've not had that opportunity to enjoy that. If it is there, please. I need those benefits. I also don't love working. Yeah, but yeah, generally, that's it.
You talked about the council who comes in and tells you, why don't you expand your business as opposed to acquiring a car, which might become an expense? Which other people have been very pivotal in your journey, and how have they helped shape you into the person you've become?
Um, my late aunt used to pray for favor over everything. You know, as I've been growing, I've understood the power of favor. I mean, look at people like you, Mr. Edgar. You pushed us uh, then musically. You know, we didn't know you. We never bribed you. Even if we could have bribed, but what would we bribe you? Like, you just helped us. You know, you promoted us out of love and genuine. You know, favor has really been on my side. People have been kind to me. I think many people have seen the genuinity in me. They've seen that I'm not fake, I'm real, I'm kind, and all that. But then also my mother has really impacted me in a way that she has believed in me, you know, regardless of what everyone has always said. You know, we all need someone who believes in us. Like someone who will be told that Mr. Edgar has defiled a child, and they'll be like, I'm still Team Edgar. Like someone who will go with you to hell. Like someone who will walk with you. Like they will always be there with you. It's it, it's funny of how, if you ask me how many people will do that for me right now, I still would only tell you one person, and that's my mother. Okay, and I have a wife, I have kids, I have brothers, I have, you know, but I know most of them would not walk. You know, you understand. So she has been a pillar, a strong pillar. Like, you run to her for help, she's always helping. She has never judged me. You know, when I had dreads, it's not because I wanted to be a Rasta man, I wanted to, to have dreads. No. It was a statement. I come from a staunch Muslim family, but I am not a practicing Muslim. So I was sending a message that, please, I'm not. Okay? Don't count me. Don't, if you find me, don't tell me to go for Swala, because I'm not. And they see it now. They just, you understand? This was a personal message. But many people misunderstood it. But one of the people who never judged me for it is my mother. She has never changed the way she saw me. With the dreads, with what? Like, she has always seen me as a darling. And you can tell that by the way people judge you, talk to you, you know, handle you. So yeah, my mother, God, and the friends, the favor, yeah, it has really helped me a lot.
You partly define yourself as a hustler, and it takes a lot of energy, physical, emotional, and all facets. Where do you go to let down? What do you do to slow down on life?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think yet I've had. I have a few moments maybe when I just feel at peace for like a very few seconds before I worry again. But yeah, I'm hopeful for the future. I know if I stress now, I can stress less later. So that alone helps me calm down and all that.
Yes, you're saying that stress now, less tomorrow. But is there of that one thing you do? The people who go by the lakeside, sit there for a few hours. The people who like things that you do.
I've remembered where I actually go to heaven, and that's a stage. You know, when I hold the guitar on stage singing, uh, I literally walk out of this life to a new world. Like that feeling is hands down. I cannot compare it. It's like my escape. Like I literally walk out of this world when I'm on stage. Yeah, singing my music. It's that feeling is like, yeah. That's why I really love music. Most people don't understand the power of music. It's almost like a therapy, not to only the listeners, but even the musicians. Of course, those that do music that is therapeutic, not this one, take it or take it. I don't know but I think it also actually gives them that excitement and energy, and you know the magic on stage, the performing. It's beautiful. Yeah, so I think that's one point in my life, as of now, where I find a place to rest.